we face globally. We are conducting a series of conversations on leadership strategies, recommendations, reflections, and examples, each focused on global leadership and a different pressing environmental issue. This initiative is designed and implemented as a tribute to our chief mentor, late Dr. R.K. Pachauri. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Kēvens, an amazing artist, musician, and leader in his incredible right. And he uses music as a tool to empower young people and citizens in general, and leverages the power of music to transmit positive messages. We're so thrilled to have you here, deeply honored and inspired. And thank you once again to you for all that you mean to the world at large, for all that you do in your beautiful heart. And I want to, at this point, hand over to Sam, who brings us together here, another inspiring young leader. He's a never giver upper, unstoppable, disappears on his family that we'll deal with, and also things on the side. But just want to say, Sam, you're such a precious member of the family, really. You're the heart of the family. I know I get around with you all, but we love you. And thank you. I'm going to hand over to you, Sam. And a big warm welcome, Kēvens. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ash. Thank you so much. And thank you as well, Kēvens, for the pleasure to be with us today. It's really something that I've been anticipating for since the last time we spoke. I've been anticipating to see another Friday when we're going to come together as a family to speak together. And I'm looking forward to this insightful conversation. And I would like now to go ahead to introduce the speaker. Kēvens is an increasingly decisive, in an increasingly divisive world where age, nationality, race, and religion are creating an ever-widening gap between people. Kēvens is on a quintessential mission, utilize the power of his music to bring souls from all four corners of this world to dance together. With his skills and artistry, this former DJ turned actor, singer, songwriter strives to take everyone to a higher level of consciousness while embracing and channeling his world-beat influences and personal growth. His music is promoting a theme of multiculturalism, spiritual enlightenment, artistic expression, and positivism. Kēvens started his journey spanning records in Miami, but the innately poetic performance music roots were more clearly witnessed when he joined the groundbreaking progressive reggae group, Le Coupe, with Richard and Anthony Booker. In fact, family matriarch Sidiela Mali Booker told young Kēvens every year in his musical career, like a letter, you must write a song with purpose. His life shows consistence of lush drum and bass, amalgam of vocal dexterity and musicianship mixed with a progressive rock reggae dubbed style and stunning dance, as well as a visual imagery. Kēvens' knack for the timely and profound has enabled him to tour all around the world and find him alongside an eclectic array of legends and prodigies, including Steven Tyler, Ice Cube, Tiesto, Daft Punk, Duran Duran, Carlos Santana, the Jacksons, to name a few. This global citizen coined the ultimate mantra, positivity is a necessity. So with us here is Kēvens, and Kēvens, we are really thrilled to have you today. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will have a whole lot of conversations with you, with youth leaders and everybody here, and we hope to have a quality time with you in this beautiful discussion. Please, Dr. Ash, you may go on.
Man, you're making me blush, man, reading all this. I am honored to be here, and long ago, I discovered the word activism, I didn't know what it meant. All I know is the planet is a beautiful place for us to be. This planet, it's our mother, it's our father. We are here because of it. Everything we gather in the world is from the planet. It's alive and it needs our help. And there are things I think that we all should do to remind each other about the symbiotic connection between us and all living things, especially the trees. And it begins with us, not at the UN. We have to be peaceful within ourselves and our neighbors and our family members. It begins with us. If we achieve self-love, then we can move on to love something else. But we have to love ourselves first. So peacefully, this is where I think the root of the problem is. We have to be aware of us first. And there are things we can do to do that. Meditation, appreciation, a sunrise, for instance. We should all experience a sunrise, see how beautiful it is. A sunset, it's right there, it's for free for most of us. A walk in the forest, smell a flower, eat a mango. Everybody will live in the concrete jungle because, you live in New York, Brother Edgar. You are in the concrete jungle. So there are a lot of kids who don't know what the forest is like. I think parents should make a point to visit the forest, visit the country, expose the beauty of nature to people so people can understand their duty. We can speak, we can march till we're blue in expressing what the necessities are or the duties are or what we must do. But there are a lot of people who don't understand what nature is about. So I feel like people need to be introduced to nature freely. Parks, animals, but all the beauties that consist of this planet that we know of, that is free. We should experience that, the kids should experience that. And I think from that level, they will be opened to embracing the what's happening to the world, because they will have a sense of wanting to protect the beauty they experience. That's how I see it.
That is so beautiful, and I'm still soaking in everything you've said, and your background and beautiful bio that Sam shared with us. And I'm still I'm still in the process of internalizing everything, and I take the liberty to ask you to reflect for us, please. Building on these beautiful thoughts that you've shared, and I know it's practice, and you've talked about it in your music and everything else you've just described, meditation, just eating the fruit of the earth, walking through the forest. I'd love to hear your thoughts in terms of what your message to young people would be on how they could lead climate action and revere the beautiful Mother Earth we are so blessed to live off of. Thank you.
Asking children to be leaders is a very interesting concept, because as we know, life is about experience, and we have to give them the experience. Placing somebody and say you are now a leader at a certain age, and you don't even know what planting the trees about, what seasons are about, what the earth, everything that makes the earth the earth. We as parents, it falls on us, the adults, to start with. We need to share with them the beauty of nature, which I just said earlier. I think that way they will be better leaders, because not everyone is going to go to the scientific route of protecting the planet. So what about the ones who don't go to school? They still have to do the job. So you need to take them to the country where they can see the trees, where they can see nature in its, without the concrete jungle. Because when I'm seeing mountains in my head, I'm seeing when I was younger, walking in the country and seeing the animals and visiting certain areas and going by the creek, sitting down and enjoying the sounds of nature in the middle of the night. And those things to me are the things we need to inject to all young people, make them experience nature, not to the book, but through the experience of nature herself. That to me is the most important thing. Phase one, we cannot escape that. Because to know is to understand. To understand is to experience. Without the experience, nobody can be a leader in real life. On paper, maybe, not in reality.
Well,
Thank you. Thank you. That's really, really deep and insightful and profound and important. And I hope in all of our efforts, we're able to create that profound connection that you just described. And you're absolutely right. I mean, there's so much diversity, and not everybody takes any one path. So embracing real leadership is about that experience. And I just want to thank you. Thank you very much for sharing, and thank you for your love and light to the world.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. You say it was an honor for you, but the honor really is for me to be here because, every songwriter, I can say that on most of them, you write because it comes from your spirit, your mind, and your heart. Then you are hoping people would hear what you are most passionate about. So to be acknowledged for the work you do, it's just a blessing. And thank you. You guys honor me. Every single one of you by being here with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, I see Alexia is in deep thought, looking in and absorbing a lot. I'd like to hear from you. I'd like to hear what you're thinking about. So, looks like something is going on, I'd like to hear what you have to say.
I was just reflecting on what you just said, and also what Dr. Ash just said, and I don't know. I was just I got lost in my thoughts. You are right about that.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Okay, so we would like to take the second question from a youth leader, Nahid Perez. Please, Nahid, you may ask a question.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to ask you a question because I think that music, can move a heart like nobody can, and it's actually what can makes us conscious about everything. So I wanted to ask you, what is the importance of transmitting powerful messages through music, and how do you think that music can help these messages to spread?
Well, if you look at the contests that's happening around the world, like The Voice and Africa, The Voice Asia, The Voice America, or it is telling you that everybody wants to sing. And everyone actually is a singer because we all sing in a shower. So music is like air. We all share it. And whether we are shy about our vocal cords or not, but this is the one language that we all speak. It doesn't need to be translated. So it is a duty as a songwriter to utilize the platform of the stage as a reminder. I don't see myself as a teacher to start with. I'm a reminder because everything, the little bit that I know about life, I had to learn it. And there's so much more I'm learning every single day. So it is vital for me to, whenever I write a song, make sure it's meaningful. Whether you understand what I'm trying to say, whether the music touches you or not, but I promise you, whatever I write, I put all of me. First, I pray first for guidance. I ask the Almighty to utilize me as a channel. So I could be here today, because of the past work I have done. So I always pray for understanding and also be understood in the works I make, and hopefully to inspire one or two at the appropriate time when that particular person was going to do something negative. I can maybe inspire that person to do the right thing at that appropriate time. And I pray continuously that my music does that for people.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for your answer. Yeah, Sam, go ahead.
Thank you. That's really powerful, and it's something that is so dear to a whole lot of people. But one of the things is that trying to use music as a tool to channel the right message is actually what we have not been able to get correct in the world today, apart from a few persons like you who are actually doing that. And then this brings us to the third question that will be asked by Edgar, the youth leader. Edgar, please, you may go on to your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
Edgar.
I hear you.
Okay. Hello, Kēvens. It's an honor to meet you.
Pleasure is all mine.
And I would like to ask you more about your mantra and how you include positivity and powerful messages within your music, and at the same time creating impactful change and empowerment.
What was the last part?
The last part,
Yeah.
was that with your music, you create at the same time impactful and impactful change and empowerment.
Well, the first thing is, life is not easy. Life has never been easy. You have punches that come your way in everything you do, because that's what challenges are about, and they must be overcome. We cannot control the punches of life, but we can control the way we react to those punches. So by being positive, even when it's not the most popular thing to do within your system at times, but it's always the best thing to do. Some might call it weakness at times, but through patience and understanding and quieting your mind and allowing the play of life to do what it does, you will find it's the best thing you can do for yourself at all times. So sometimes I listen to my music after meditation, and I'm like, wow, I'm so glad that I was used to write that song, because I'm listening to it like somebody else wrote it. Because we all have challenges every single day, and they must be overcome. They must be dealt with. Positivity is a necessity, is a motto I came up with many, many years ago after meditation. I'm sure you've been in situations in your life where when you take the high road, you are very proud that you did do the right thing. So imagine trying your best to do the right thing at all times. You don't have to please anybody else, but there are the eyes of God who see everything you do. That's who you have to please. And I also believe in karma, but you do come back to you somehow, some way. So be smart, do the right thing, and you will win the race in the long term. That's why I use that motto.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for the answer. Beautiful.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kēvens, and that is a really powerful one. And just to get more insight into that question, I would just like to know how this is creating impactful change and also empowering people as well in the community or in society. Looking at where you grew up and looking at the larger community, what impact do you think this has been able to create over time?
What part do I think? What I mean, you sound very muffled, Sam.
Okay, I said, what impact do you think this positivity is necessity? Okay, you spoke about the essence, and then also you spoke about the need. So I want to ask, like, what impact has it created over time? How has it empowered people? How has it changed the mindset of people, especially at your own community and the global community at large?
Oh, right. The positive route for me has been a winner from day one. And even at time when you lose, you actually win because time is really the best witness to things. So, which is just, I guess I have to give credit to my mother, who is the biggest influence in my life, who instilled that in me very early on. So that's my mother Rose who did that for me. Positive way of thinking, positive way of living was the only way that I knew how. You know, there's no other way.
Thank you.
There's no other way. I mean, I have chosen not to choose the other option. It's like there are times in life when you might be angry, you might get into a fight. You know, sometimes you have to let a person win, for instance, to avoid something bigger that is wrong to happen to you. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. Knowing when to apply that is tricky, but the positive mind would allow you to find that path. You know?
Wow. That's really powerful. That's really powerful. And then this will bring us to our fourth question by Trisha. Trisha, please.
Thank you, Sam. Hello, Kevin. It's so nice to meet you today and listen to what all you have to share with all of us. My question is, from your point of view, how can music help us achieve a more sustainable and just world for all? Like, what role does music play in the fight for climate action?
Right. Well, one of the things I in the previous interview, I was expressing how I wish more musicians to start with, or more singers or rappers would sing about the urgent times that we are in right now. And like I said to you earlier, everyone loves music. And you might, sometimes you see someone singing a song. It's like, how you know about this song? It's like, do you know what the song is saying? And one day you wake up, it's like, wait a minute, what is he saying in that song? It's like, wow, I didn't realize that. So a song is a seed. You plant the seed and watch it grow until we sing at the right time. It has to be done where a conscious person, a conscious songwriter, by all means needs to express the urgency of the climate crisis right now. I'm doing my part. And I just wish more people would do it so we can influence more people throughout the world. But music has a way to get to you without knocking. Like the gong say, one good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain. You know, if you can relate to the song, it's gonna find you. Just like Sam, listen to World is Burning. That's the music doing its job. And I hope this is satisfactory to you, Trisha.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you.
That's powerful. And our fifth question by one of our leaders in the pop movement is by Anna.
Great. Thank you so much, Sam. And thank you so much, Kēvens, for being here with us. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to speak to you. And my question for you is, how can movements become more inclusive through using the music and the power of storytelling?
Well, all of our ancestors used to tell stories without books. They used to sit by the fire and relive the moments. And we used to believe them by seeing how passionate they are when they tell those stories. And that addiction is a natural phenomenon that has never stopped. Now, we have the tools to extend that infinitely. And that's what music is all about. We must never stop doing it. If it's true for you, it's true. And the only way to influence somebody else is by your belief. If you believe it, you're not seeking approval from anybody else. You just do it. And somebody might just listen to you by watching you in your truth.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was so inspiring. I think, especially what you said about if it's true for you, it's true. And I think sometimes we forget that everyone's living such different contexts and different things. So it's important to keep that in mind. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I mean, that is expected for people to do what they do, but walk the walk, talk the talk, but walk the walk. When you do that, there are people watching you from the shadows to see if you're for real. There are people you will approach who will turn you down. I don't want to hear that. Oh, I don't believe in that. I get that all the time. You know, being a songwriter, you write things that people don't agree with you. Some people would just like, they'll make a point to hunt you down and just tell you, I disagree with you. And sometimes I'm very bitter about it. But you got to smile. It's like, you know what? There will be a time when you will agree with me. I hope it causes you no harm when that happens. But sooner or later, you will come to see what I see. So you have to live by the truth, because that's the only weapon you have against those who want to shut you up from doing your job.
Wow. That's really powerful. And it's something that if only musicians in the world can project climate change as a major problem, I feel the world will be more organized to take action for this particular cause, like you are actually doing. And then hearing your songs, like I converted them to audio, so I had to put it on repeat, like on a repeat for 2 days and all that, just to get the lyrics. And I just want to ask, like, what really inspired you to write that song, like "The World Is Burning"? Because, like, in fact, your songs are actually, after listening to them, I keep asking, like, what inspired you? Like, there's a quote you made in one of your songs, and it says, "If your neighbor's world is burning, and then you don't also take care of it, or you don't make any attempt to act, is also your world that is burning." So it's more like being your neighbor's keeper, and it's more like acting together to get something done. So I want to know, like, what has been your inspiration to take action for our planet in particular, especially looking at climate change?
Well, I live in Florida, and every year there's a hurricane warning. Hurricanes are the most scary things you've ever seen. It's like the devil is coming for you, and you can't run, you can't hide. And we know that the temperature of the planet is causing those hurricanes to get stronger and stronger. So I live here knowing the cause of it. That's one. And, Sam, I cannot mention that to you briefly. I'll make sure that with the beautiful people here. When I was younger, after high school, I was seeing somebody from South Africa who was a marine biologist. So I was introduced to Greenpeace at an early age. And I ended up doing concerts, Save the Whales and everything else. So in that process, I got to understand activism, fighting for something you love, especially Mother Nature. And I became a vegetarian. I was eating fish. I used to love octopus. Then I saw what becomes of the ocean, the pollution. I stopped eating fish long ago because I saw how poisonous the sea has become through the trash we throw in the ocean. Very upsetting, but learning experience. So I learned from that. So before I wrote that song, I was saying to myself, I need to write a song for Mother Nature. I need to do that. And I was in Hawaii a few years ago and experienced an earthquake. And 10 miles away from where I was staying, there was a volcanic eruption. So I was on the big island, basically smelling, seeing and hearing and feeling the earthquake. So I already begun writing the song. So when I flew back to Miami, I knew what I had to do. So everything just came down from the heavens. And that's what you hear in the world is burning. So I actually saw the volcanic eruption and thinking about what's happening on the planet. That's right before Australia was burning, when the song came out, by the way. Right before that. So when I dropped it in January, I think it was January or February 2020, was right before Australia was burning and all this craziness going on. So the burning is not going to stop. It's going on like the Amazon is burning right now. The governments of the world aren't talking about it because it doesn't serve their greed. They're not talking about it, but we should be talking about it nonstop, all day, all night. Because the diseases that are coming in the future, the cures lie in the trees that are burning. So you burn the trees, you burn the human race, because we will not survive as to dinosaurs. So that's the urgency that I saw years ago. That's what this song is all about.
Wow, that's really inspiring. Like, I wish I could be a musician and a popular one like you. I think I would lend my voice to yours as well.
You know, if maybe you can write some poems and send them to me and turn them into songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so we go back to Dr. Ash. Dr. Ash, please.
Well, I just want to say that, I think your music is revolutionary as far as minds, hearts, and souls go. But your words here, your thoughts, your reflections, everything you've shared, I think already has us moving. And I just want to thank you so much, because you've left us with an honest truth, and that truth is really us, isn't it? And I think you brought that up, which is one, it's being true to oneself that counts. And the moment you strip away everything else, you realize, like you described, hurricanes, I mean, we're so vulnerable. There's Mother Nature, and there's us. And if we could only just see the oneness in it. But like you said, I mean, we need to be talking about this. We need to be amplifying our voices. We need to be acting to address these issues. Mother Nature will survive. It is us. We're the one. Yes. And I just, I agree with everything you've said. I mean, it's, the moments that have changed history have been when people have gotten together and sung songs, told their stories through music. And, you are true to your word in every sense of the word, literally. and you personify it. I think it's the greatest testimony that one could ever have. And I hope that with all the honesty, we're able to see you for what you are, and the great example and demonstration, the model to the youth of the world and to the world at large. And I just want to thank you. I mean, your being here with us, just that mere request in itself, I think is just one more thing that's so true about you. I mean, really, to be honest, not a lot of people would make the time, and you've been, your positivity spreads in the form of your love and your light and your leadership. And I just want to say thank you so much, because you exemplify every word that you utter, and every breath. We would be so honored if you would just sing us a few words, which I know would be an echo from your heart. And I also want to say that we invite you with all our hearts to be that light that guides the youth of the world. If we could invite you to join the family you are already a precious part of, to be honest. And if we could have the pleasure of having you with us so we have many more young people around the world listen to the whispers of your heart, and we can amplify them. But with that, could we request you to just spend a few seconds, just sing to us with that beauty that you embrace us with, please?
Wow. You're not really putting me on the spot. I don't remember ever doing that, actually. Let me think. No, I'm not that type. The one thing I have to say to you,
please.
I'm not a singer, no a rapper. I'm an in-between kind of guy. I can barely carry a tune because I got so much to say. But I tell you what I'll share with you because of the energy that I'm feeling here. Freedom for humanity. Freedom for humanity. It's not a song of mine that you should listen to. From the very beginning, mankind, we had to survive. We had to become aggressive just to find our daily bread. Then came the pecking order, domination over each other. All that time, the higher mind was recording each and everything. Freedom for humanity. After my own consultation, I've come down to this conclusion. Mankind is more mechanized, not at all civilized. What do we teach the children of today about this hectic behavior of ours? Yes, indeed, I do believe I have a simple solution. Positivity is a necessity. Positivity is a necessity. Freedom for humanity.
Wow.
You set us and generations to come free with just your truth. I just want to say that. Yeah.
Thank you for honoring me today. I feel like it's my birthday. All of you guys coming together, just wow. This is a true blessing for me. I just want you to understand that. Because although I don't know you, but your passion gets to me. And this passion that each of you possess is the fuel that you need to go and multiply that love that's going to transform the human race. Direct people to the planet. A lot of people look at planet Earth, they don't understand that it's alive. They see that this big thing, it's alive like we are alive. We have life because she gives us life, like our mothers. We're not disconnected. We need to remind everyone the symbiotic connection between all things around us. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for your love for Mother Nature. And Norma, I didn't quite hear you, by the way.
Yeah, I'm very happy to hear you. Yes, of course. I'm biologist and I understand everything. And yeah, I love music also. Every day you have to have music in any moment of your life. Yeah. Thank you so
Yes.
much for your
Thank
comments and
you.
for
Thank you
your
so very much. Thank you. You guys honor me.
We,
Thank you.
thank you. We celebrate you today. We celebrate you every day, and we celebrate mothers, your mother who made you who you are, and Mother Nature who nurtures us and nourishes us. And I hope we'll give back with all our hearts and then some more. And thank you for your music, for swaying us in the right direction. Thank you very much. We're so honored.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you all.
And God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, family.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Sam,
thank
for
you,
the
Sam.
wonderful guest.
Thank
you.
Thank you. Could we get a screenshot if everybody switch their cameras
sure.
on? Thank you. This is a moment to preserve forever and continue to breathe and live from now until eternity. Thank you. And here goes. Well,
Great.
we'll share this picture with you and the link to the video. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
This will be with us from now until forever.